Hello everyone, my name is Callisto, and today, before I preview the deck, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever wanted to become immortal? To live without fear of death? Without fear of decking yourself? Because today's deck is going to let you do that. This deck uses 2 cards, or more so 3, to become unkillable. The first 2 is Solemnity and 9 Lives. Solemnity reads, players can't get counters, and counters can't be put on artifacts, creatures, enchantments, or lands. And the other one, 9 Lives, reads, if a source would deal damage to you, prevent that damage and put an incarnation counter on 9 lives. When there are 9 or more incarnation counters on 9 lives, exile it. And when 9 lives leaves the battlefield, you lose the game. These both cost 3, and by having them both out at the same time, 9 lives cannot have any counters put in it, and thus all damage that would be dealt to you is prevented. Forever. We also run Lich's Mastery, which we can play out after playing the other 2 cards, to effectively remove the downside of this card, which is whenever you lose life for each 1 life you lost, exile a permanent you control or a card from your hand or graveyard. We can't lose life because we can't take damage, unless they have a card that says you lose life, but this is a jank deck, okay? It has some flaws. Against mono red, you win every game, it's fine. But more importantly, it says you can't lose the game on it. And that's important because even though you take no damage with these 2 out, you can still very much deck yourself. So this removes the ability for you to lose the game in any other way. You can't take damage, and you can't lose the game. Alongside of that, we have Fountains of Renewal and Renegade maps, early game artifacts, get some more land, gain some life, Revitalize and Ritual of Rejuvenation to cycle us deeper into our deck while gaining life, Idyllic Tutor, which can find any of the 3 enchantments that we need, Wrath of God and Fumigate, which are going to be our board clears, a Lost Legacy, or should I say 4 Lost Legacies, specifically to deal with anything that might counter us. So we cast one of these, we search the deck, cast the second one, we start removing anything that removes enchantments, we remove anything that's problematic for our deck to deal with. And you'll notice this deck doesn't have a win condition. And you'd be right, there is none. There's no way to actually kill your opponent with this deck other than by outlasting them. And that's the point. So in this deck, we're going to be hoping to just outlive our opponent until they give up or die from fatigue. So let's get into some games. Now, as I said, this deck doesn't have a win condition, which is, if you follow my Twitter, you notice I tweeted out saying this is probably the evilest deck I've ever made, because it doesn't kill your opponent, it just says, I'm going to outlast you until you die of just old age and time. It's not a fun deck to play against, but it is absolute jank, and that's why I love it. I'm wondering if this hand is too slow, or if I should keep it. No balls, I'll keep. You can tell this is a jank deck because we run Ritual of Rejuvenation. You shouldn't see this card in any deck, just ever. It's not the best card. Our opponent's playing green? Adventurous Impulse? Okay. Not a Llanowar Elves. If you don't play 10-1 Llanowar Elves in Historic, you're too slow. Get out the format. Oh look. It's number 4, it's too could have seen that coming. Season of Growth. Okay, so is it maybe enchantments? Mono green? Is it Selesnya? I don't know. This person has full control apparently for some reason. Keeps stopping every time I do an action, which is weird. Maybe he's waiting for me to play something. We do have to be careful though, because this is mono green we're up against here, which means that they could quite easily have something to destroy artifacts and enchantments. Which again is why we run Lost Legacy. We can use that to basically search through their deck. I've got to read this card again because, you know, the text changes every time. I need to make sure it's correct. Dealt to you by creature you control can't. Okay, so it doesn't say damage can't be prevented. That's good for us. Drop the chapel first, and then a ritual. Try and dig ourselves some cards deeper into our deck here. I'm a little bit apprehensive to put down the 9 lives in the Solemnity, because obviously there was a chance that they could instantly remove the Solemnity and start hacking away at my 9 lives, which would be very problematic. But, you know, we have to try. Garrick, oh fuck, what's this guy doing?
Ah, I love the smell of mulch in the morning.
Absolutely nothing to be concerned about. Fantastic.
Dare you to stop this?
However, we might be too slow in getting the combo out. I'm taking a lot of damage here. Right, I'm going to thin our deck of another land. Get me a swamp in my hand. And then we're going to Ritual of Rejuvenation and Revitalise to dig even deeper, and I draw more land. Ah, there we go, Solemnity. Realistically, this isn't a game that we win, because it's mono green, they have enchant removal, and Solemnity is going to be immediately hit by it. Get hit for 7 again, we're still on 20 life somehow, because of all the Revitalizers and Rituals of Rejuvenation we've cast. God, I'm concerned. Okay, we're going to search for Thrashing Brontodon, because this seems like a target-based, creature-based deck. And so if they have it, I'm reckoning it's Thrashing Brontodon that they have. Return to Nature, okay. They do run that card, so we need to be careful of that. Is that the only thing they run? Okay, yeah. So we just need to remove the Return to Natures from the deck, and then we'll be fine. Whether we're going to get to be able to remove them before we die is another question entirely. Well, I'm going to give our opponent the good game. I'm going to show him the combo. And then I'm going to concede. Are they going to attack before they destroy the Solemnity? I'm sorry. What? Hold up. Does Questing Beast prevent... I read the card and give me a sec here, guys. I read the card incorrectly. It's not that combat damage can't be prevented by combat damage that creatures you control can't be prevented. It's like... Oh, it's written so weirdly. I hate Questing Beast. It's a 4-mana wall of text. It's not a 4-mana creature. And every single time... I can read the card, but understanding that goddamn card is a whole nother battle. Right. We can keep this in. I like this hand. I'm going to play a Fountain of Renewal first. Get that life gain ticking. Boros. Boros Warriors? Boros Humans? Boros, I don't fucking know. Drop down the Renegade map. Red doesn't have enchant removal, white does, but given the fact that he's running a Boros deck, which appears to be very creature heavy, I think we can assume that they don't have any enchantment removal. Let's shuffle this deck a little bit, get another land into hand. Sort out our land base for next turn, because we don't have a land for next turn currently. Yeah, look, Car Blade Master. Oh, is it... is it Boros Blade Master Double Strike friggin... that combo deck that they did? That combo deck that exists, that they did, that everybody knows about with Embercleave. Not Embercleave, the big Colossus Hammer, that's the one. Colossus Hammer. Attach it to Blade Master Swing. And Fumigate. Bye-bye. Well, I say goodbye, they're gonna... Are they really gonna make them both? Are you gonna discard that many cards? Is that worth it? Let's chuck out the 9 lives. And ask the question, do they have removal? There it is. There's the Colossus Hammer. And then we drop out the Solemnity. And now we're immune to damage. What the fuck is this deck? This deck is bullshit. Atom P doesn't appear to realise that this game is... Oh, no, he realises. They realise. The game's over. Yep. It's such a cheap combo as well. 6 mana to become immune to all damage is... It's something. Like I said, against decks that don't have enchant removal for the Solemnity, they can't do anything. They've lost. They can't do anything. They've lost. They've queued into a game that they can't win. Which is why this deck is bullshit and evil. And which is why after playing these games I'm going to delete it and never play it again. A deck like this should not exist. This person's running a 82 card deck, of course. How could I... How silly of me to think they'd be running a 60 card deck. Our opponent's not doing much, and I don't know if that's because they're a deck that doesn't do much, or if they're a deck that just doesn't care. I don't know. Maybe they're a control deck and I'm, you know, also playing... Not a control deck, but a deck that doesn't have any aggression. Oh, no, never mind. Right. Bottom that down. Put a stop at the beginning of my upkeep. Give me a 9 lives, thank you. Yep, definitely a creature deck. Okay. Well, that's good news for us, because it means they're less likely to have enchantment removal. Although, again, if they're running extra cards, then maybe they are running enchantment removal. Alright, before we draw, sacrifice the Renegade map, find ourselves another Plains. And we still draw more land, lovely. Well, I think at the end of this end step I'm going to crack the Fountain, and then on now next time we can play out the Solemnity and the 9 lives, see if they have removal. And now... we drop these two. And just like that, we can no longer take damage. He's eyeing up the Solemnity, and I'm scared that that means he has removal. I hope he doesn't. Oh, please don't have removal. Please don't be a smart boy. Oh no, he has removal. Oh no, we've lost. Right, get rid of those. We need to find a lost legacy soon. There it is. Right. Mortify. There's even 3 modifiers. Now, do they have anything else that I need to be concerned about? Liliana Dreadhorde General is in there. That's something I need to be concerned about. Aside from that, no. We've just removed all mortifiers, which means they can no longer destroy the Solemnities. And there they go. They've given up. Reasonable. Absolutely reasonable. Our opponent did have a way out there. Liliana Dreadhorde General's ultimate ability would allow them to make me sacrifice a permanent of each kind. Or pick one permanent of each kind and sacrifice the rest. Which would mean the 9 lives would then be able to be put counters on again. So, yeah, no, they could have won that. Unless I found another Lost Legacy and removed them as well. That's a bit of an aggressive opening, don't you think? Right. Power everyone else, fuck you. Am I going to have to deal with an Ugin deck? I don't much like having to deal with an Ugin deck. Oh my god, it's an Ugin deck. Oh fuck. This is a slow hand. But it's a slow hand with all the combo pieces. Idyllic Tutor is effectively just a Solemnity. I want to keep it. I don't know if I should keep it, but I want to keep it. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it and hope that our opponent isn't playing an aggro deck. With 65 cards, I don't think they could play an aggro deck. You're being timed out, we haven't even selected our hands yet. Imagine launching Magic the Gathering Arena and then going AFK once you find a game. Imagine sorting the colour of your dog out and then going AFK. Wow! Well, that is technically a win for the deck, but I don't think I'm going to count it as a game. It is not the best opening hand, but I'll keep it. We have a turn 1 and a turn 2, so, you know. It's decent. Is it possible this is a mono-red deck? It's a Rakdos deck. And Rakdos aren't known for their ability to remove enchantments. Which means this should be an automatic win. It's just red deck wins with extra black, apparently. Didn't know that was a deck archetype. Right, well there's a board clear, so that's nice. Now all we need is the mana to cast it. Oh, it's red deck wins mixed with a bit of extra black aggressiveness, I see. Mono black and mono red come together to make this monstrosity. And it's a land, lovely. Okay, they're gonna concede next turn. When I fumigate the board. Have you ever seen a man's hopes and dreams go down the drain instantly? Is that something you've ever wanted to see? Because you're about to see it. I'm gonna give him a cheeky good game as well. Oop. Oh, that will have set them back quite a lot. And they're just passing the... have they just given up? Right. I'm going to gain even more life. And I'm also going to have a look at your hand. And deck and everything else you run. The devil. Okay, that doesn't destroy enchantments, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm going to search for the devil. Trikuseth. Okay. Ugin? Why is Ugin in this deck? Okay. Well then. We're gonna have to remove Ugin from the equation later. Alright, let's do this again. And this time we're gonna name Ugin. After we've done that, we don't really have to worry about anything else because actually what's hang on. Which Ugin isn't? It's that one, yeah. Yes, that one. Go. Right. Get that card out of there. Love it. With Ugin out of the equation now, they have nowhere to win other than via damage, which means we can prevent all of that and torture them for the rest of eternity. Right, let's go and find Solemnity and pass the turn. They haven't yet realised that we have already run. I can't speak English today. They haven't yet realised that we have already run. Okay, you know, I'm going to give up on saying that sentence. You understand the point? I'm just going to crack this fountain and draw myself yet another card. Cast out the Solemnity. And then cast out the 9 lives. And we give him a good game. Just because I'm a bastard. La da dee, la da doo, la da dum. La da dee, la da doo, la da dum. How long until our permanent gives up? How long until they realise that I've become immortal and they can no longer win? There we go. This deck is evil. Oh, that's enough of that. I'm not going to play it anymore. I'm going to do only 4 games today. I don't want to put anyone else through this torture. Christ. Thank you all so much for watching me play jank shite decks. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.